we don't expand our imagination,
justification for being what you are.
Welcome to Washington Unplugged. I'm John Dickerson. President Obama hits the road twice this week to campaign for his struggling health care reform. But the real action is going on behind closed doors as Democratic House leaders try to find the votes for passage. The hurdles include questions about abortion, the cost of the plan, and the political risks. So, how's it going? Joining me is Congressional Correspondent Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill and producer Evelyn Thomas. Nancy, I want to start with you. Before they can even start twisting arms, they have to figure out the dance steps here. The House has to go first, but they want promises from the Senate that the Senate will pass this reconciliation bill. How is that complicated set of negotiations going?
Well, it's very complicated, John, because as you can imagine, House Democrats don't really trust Senate Democrats right now. They've passed a number of huge bills this past year. They've gone out on a limb to do it, only to see these bills get stalled in the Senate. And so they don't want to see Lucy pulling the football out of Charlie Brown's reach again. They want some definite confirmation from Senate Democrats that if they go ahead and pass this bill, which after all is not what they voted for originally, it has some significant differences, that then the Senate Democrats will go back and fix it and take out the things that really bother them.
And there was talk at one point of a letter, although I don't think that went so far. Is there really anything they can do to make those nervous House members feel like that the Senate's going to do what it promises to?
Well, one thing that they can do is say at least that they're on board with this idea of reconciliation, with the fact that they would push through a package of fixes to the bill with at least 50 votes after the House goes ahead and votes on the Senate bill. It does now appear that there are at least 50 Democrats in the Senate who would be willing to do that. At this point, though, it looks like it's being left to the president himself to try to reassure these skittish House Democrats that, yes, if you do go ahead and do this heavy lift once again, that I will make sure, if it takes all the political capital that I have, that I push the Senate to go ahead and take this tough vote as well.
Well, Evelyn, and the president is on the road today in shirt sleeves trying to use that political capital that's diminished quite a bit since he's been selling this thing for a year. What are the obstacles? What kind of case does the president make, or who does he have to make it to get these wavering House Democrats?
Well, he's got to make the case to the wavering Democrats, and there are quite a few of them now. A lot of people that were in the yes column are now undecided or leaning towards no. And some of the people that have been just wholeheartedly for this, there are things that they don't like the abortion language. And so a lot of the progressives and liberals are saying that they're inclined not to support.
And what about so we've got abortion, we've got progressives, then there are also the blue dogs, the conservatives, who in theory might like the Senate bill a little bit more and the fixes the president has added to it, taking out the Cornhusker kickback, some of these other things. What's the feeling about some of these moderates who were no votes in the previous time the House voted for this? Are there any chance they're going to come over to yes, they're the area from which the president and Pelosi has to get these votes?
Well, I think it's uncertain. A number of those people are also pro-life. And so they are not happy about the Senate abortion language again. A lot of it comes down to abortion. There are a number of people that are not very happy with the Senate bill and what it says about abortion. So I think the president certainly has his work cut out for him, and so does Speaker Pelosi.
Nancy, we've talked a lot about deadlines on this show, and we talk about them and then they get blown. There is another one, of course. The deadline is the Easter recess. Is there any chance that they're going to get anything major done before that Easter recess, both in the House and the Senate, or is that going to be another blown deadline?
It's very difficult to see how they could do that, John. After all, the members of the House still haven't seen the final bill. The CBO hasn't sent a score back, so they don't know how much it will cost. And without that, you can't introduce the bill to the floor. The members can't read it. They can't make up their minds. So the notion that somehow the House would be able to vote on this and then that the Senate would be able to make fixes by March 18th really looks like a pipe dream at this point.
Secretary Sebelius was on the Sunday shows yesterday trying to dodge this question of whether the president will keep pushing after the recess. Is there some frustration, some nervousness up there that this could just drag on for a couple of more months, and all of the politicians who are facing elections in November will continue to have to answer questions about health care, which is unpopular, and not get back to the questions of jobs and the economy, which is what people tell pollsters they really want to hear about?
Well, I think none of the Democrats are happy that they are still on this issue, but I think a large number of them recognize that there needs to be some kind of closure here, that they need to vote on a bill in order to say that they've got something to show for the past 6 or 8 months that they've been working on this, and that they can then move on. Nobody wants to walk away when it looks like they're so close. So they're in a bind. No, nobody wants to still be talking about this issue, but at the same time, if they do walk away, they've got nothing to show for all that hard work. So they're going to stick to it, it looks like.
Evelyn, tell me your thoughts about Nancy Pelosi. One of the things in my conversations with the folks at the White House and on the Hill is they have this kind of magical view about Pelosi's ability to get the votes. She's had her members take some tough votes, and she's gotten those votes. Give me your sense of her in this difficult process.
Well, I think she's been very effective in doing that up till now. But she has allowed this time that she's not sure that there are the votes in the House to pass the Senate bill. I think that she looks forward to passing some kind of health care, but until they can really work out the fixes, what will be in the reconciliation bill, and some sort of airtight promise from the Senate that they will in fact pass this, I think that she's still not there.
It seems to me if you are a House Democrat and you want attention from your speaker, now is a good time to come out and say you're wavering on this bill, because you'll get a phone call very quickly with an offer to do pretty much anything you might want. All right, Evelyn Thomas, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill, thanks so much for being with us. That's it for Washington Unplugged. Tune in again tomorrow on CBSNews.com. I'm John Dickerson. Have a great day.
If we don't expand our imagination,
Justification for being what you are.